Hi everybody! How are you all doing? Celebrating Saturday? Hope you're having a nice weekend. So, following the comments I had from my first video, I would like to first present one of my kittens, and this is Bernard. He is my baby. McKenna, here you have him. The others, I don't know where they are. This is the sweetest thing I have, the sweetest thing on earth. So, I would like to let you know that I already have 8 subscribers, which is incredible for me. And here's another customer of the house. This is Sir Humphrey. How are you, Sir Humphrey? Say hello, say meow. Here I am. Here I am. Now say goodbye with a little paw. Bye, McKenna. Bye. So as I was saying, I got 8 subscribers and, well, a certain amount of comments. I had comments from Kyle and McKenna got, and a comment from Katie Culp from Culp Fiction. And I would like to answer. I'm answering Katie first. Katie asks me, what am I reading at the moment? Actually, I'm reading 6 books at the same time. One is in English. It is called Hillbilly Elegy, and it's a narration of life and memories of someone who has lived in the Midwest, and it's focused already in the Trump area. I'm still at the beginning of the book and I find it very interesting. The other 5 books I'm learning are from Portuguese authors, and all of them are very good. I recommend the author António Lobo Antunes, which is translated into many languages, and I recommend reading. Katie also asks me about about my travels. I have only traveled in Europe, but I have traveled all Europe. So I live in the southwest of Europe, and I've traveled until Russia, Italy, the Balkans, Greece, everything. Besides that, I haven't been out of this continent, unfortunately. And I've been to Brazil once, sorry. Well, traveling is one of my favorite activities. I haven't done that much because I simply can't afford it. My last trip was last November to Madrid, and I had a great time. It is very easy and relatively cheap to travel from Portugal to Spain. From the place where I live in the north of Portugal, you are 80 miles away from Spain, and 120 miles away, for example, from Santiago de Compostela, which is really worth a visit. Still about my travels, I have to say that I have not only traveled in Europe, but I have also lived in Germany for periods of 3 to 6 months on teacher training courses, and I've done this more than 20 times. One of the curious things and one of the best memories I have, and maybe not many people have these memories, is that I've been in Berlin before the Berlin Wall came down, and then I have been there every 4 years. And one thing I find incredibly interesting is that Berlin looks different every 4 years in every visit. I have also lived for 3 months in England, namely in London, as I was visiting London University. And I've lived for 3 years in Spain, in Santiago de Compostela, where I took my master's degree. Now I am trying to take my PhD. I'm on the process of writing a dissertation, and the current situation is I have document 1, document 1A, document 1B, document 1C, and so on until the end of the alphabet. I don't even know if I'll ever be able to finish this goal, which is one of the goals of my life. Although I am already old, so to say, to be studying, I like to study, and I would really like to accomplish this. Katie also asks me if there was any life-changing situation, and sadly I have to say that this happened 9 and 6 years ago with the death of my parents. My mother died 9 years ago today, and my father died 6 years ago. So they were very close death, and they were my only family, and it was really hard. It still is. It is really hard to endure the situation, to put up and find a way. Of course, the grief isn't so hard as it was in the beginning, but it still is difficult to overcome. I know that with time I will overcome this situation, but I'm not at this moment. I am not ready to say that everything is okay with me, because it isn't. One of the things I would like to say is that besides my job as a teacher, I do a lot of proofreading work. I translate from several European languages to Portuguese. I speak German, I speak French, English obviously, Spanish, and a bit of Italian now. I used to speak Italian much better, but then Spanish started to interfere, and now I mix up the two languages, so I'd better stick to only reading in Italian and not speaking or writing it. All this, and my love for books and my love for classical music, I owe to my father, who introduced me to all these things even when I was in my mother's womb. So, as I was told, my mother had to listen to classical music. My father used to read books so that I could hear, and that continued after I was born. So when I was 2, I began to learn German, and when I was 3, I began to learn English. French and the other languages came later. I owe all this and my education. Of course, I owe it to my mother, who always incentivized me, who was always there saying, go on, do it. But my father had the most important role, and I would like to pay an homage to him, and also to my mother, on this very special day. So for now, I think it's all I have to tell you. I will try to edit this video as best as possible, which I am not very confident about. I still have to learn lots and lots of things, but beginning is always okay, and It is the first step. You can't do anything without a first step. You can't build a house starting by the roof. So I am starting my journey with all the problems, the difficulties and flaws. Again, please forgive me if this video may seem a little bit crappy and not very well filmed. I really can't call it a vlog. Thank you very much. I'll see you in one of these days. Bye.